Although sometimes crafting is ignored or underutilized by some players, there are a few items that can completely change your playstyle for the better, and I'm so confident in this list that I'm willing to take the bet that if something I say here doesn't change your playstyle, or at least perspective, I will literally lick a battery and put it on video for you. If you liked the video, please leave a like or a subscribe, it really helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into the video. It genuinely won't let me switch. Well, this doesn't seem fair. And here come the tears. The first one, we have something I just never see used, but is my go-to for some incredible adventures. It's the improvised bomb. These things don't kill, they maim and shock. So if you set one up in the doorway of a well-traveled building in a high-tier area, then all you have to do is wait patiently for a few minutes. Then you've got yourself an all-you-can-eat buffet to gear farming, or hostage taking, or pest removal, or a bunch of other possibilities. Because unlike mines, you control exactly where they go off and when, meaning it's not just a case of spotting it on the floor and walking around for players, it's a case of, oh just remember, some gear can be damaged, but half a pizza is better than no pizza. So just sit back, suck on a slice, and send those players to their god. Next is such a simple one that I've been using for years, and nobody is going to believe how useful this one is for a solo player. But hear me out. It's the armband. This small piece of nothing cloth has stopped me from getting killed more times than I can count. Whether I'm approached randomly or if I approach myself, being able to tell people I have a friend nearby is such an incredible kill on sight deterrent. I've literally had people say they've had me in their sights and decided not to shoot because they thought I was part of a group and they didn't want to give away their position. And the reason for this is simple. For however much you don't want to die in DayZ, the next guy doesn't want to die just as much. So you can get close up and personal and take advantage of them, kinda like you were on a night out with Russell Brand. Keeping it simple and somewhat related to the last craftable, we move on to the third one on the list, and I'll move through this one quickly because there's not much to say. It's the splint. Look, this is one of those things that isn't needed until it's needed, and for the sake of 30 seconds and a few abundant resources, you can potentially save yourself some extra heartache later when you suddenly black out and wake up alone, cold and unable to walk. Also like you were on a night out with Russell Brand? It's funny because it's true. Next is basically every veteran's best friend. It's the improvised fishing rod. This thing is overpowered and just lets you stack food. The second you learn how to make a fishing rod is the second you never have to worry about starving again. Plus, you can get fish, pots, boots, and while you wait, you can reminisce about that one time your father asked you to go fishing with him, but you were too busy with your friends and said no, even though you originally said you would. And so he just forced out a smile and left the room as a single tear slithered down his weary face because he just wanted to spend some time with his kid before it was too late. You took that from him. You're a monster. Next on the list is an OP weapon that they're probably going to nerf soon, but shouldn't because it's realistic and an incredible strategy to utilize as a new spawn. It's the spear. The sharp little weapon can be used at any level, and all you have to do is stand in a doorway or window and stab the infected as they try to get you. It's so useful, especially given the infected don't always work as they're supposed to, with them being a glitchy inconvenience sometimes. So having this ability to even the playing field is incredibly useful, because at the end of the day, there's nothing worse than having something long and hard unexpectedly shoved in your face. Kinda like you were on a night out with Russell Brand. But for a full crafting guide that will show you how to craft pretty much everything in DayZ, click here. Or for something else, click here. And as always, until next time.